Oh, yeah. I'll get mine up too. Welcome to Fun Fresh Footy with Pete and Ash. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Fun Fresh and Footy with Pete and Ash. It is the week leading into week 4 of the finals, baby. It's here.
How good, week 4.
It's been a long bloody ride, but we're here, and I'm excited. I feel like shit, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Peter, as I'm joined by you, how are you? How are you going into this week?
I'm good. I'm again in a new studio. I'm in the great town of Macksville.
Oh yes, hello. Welcome from Macksville.
So I made the move on Sunday. And yeah, it's been good. I've been back home with family. That's been nice. I've actually had like the loveliest day today. I went for a run this morning. Yeah, I went for a run this morning with Frank and then came home and helped Mum put some soil into a new garden. Actually also planted a garden of grass earlier in the week. And then I mowed the lawn because Dad's got a bit of a bad back at the minute, so I mowed the lawn for him. And then it was actually it was meant to rain here today, but it's been beautiful. So I went for a dip in the pool and laid by the pool and had a bit of a tanning session, then ripped into some study in the afternoon. So it's been good. How about you? How are you going?
That sounds like the most fantastic day ever. I'm loving the background as well. What are the frogs named?
I don't know what they're named. If anyone's watching, when Penel came to visit, we liked to say that the big one is Penel on a bender and these two little ones were me and Dave on a bender. Because like these ones are like funny looking and they're like look heaps cooked. And he's just like, he looks just like tired as.
That looks like me after 2 beers, that one on the end. Yeah. The eyes start to close. Well, they're fantastic.
Courtesy of Granddad, he painted those.
Is that the sign writer or is that your uncle?
Yeah. No, they both were sign writers, as I said, from a long line of sign writers.
It's family history in the sign writing game and obviously the frog painting game. And look, if you're not watching this on YouTube, I highly recommend you stop what you're doing, pause this, get it up on YouTube, and then check the visuals out. Now, as we swing over to my studio, I'm actually in my original studio, but we've given it a facelift. So the red Merlot wall has gone, and we've just gone for a classic beige, which it wasn't my decision, but the landlords of my studio decided to do this. But
I think it lightens up the area nicely.
It makes me look more pale.
Did you paint like all the walls different or just this one?
Well, that was just like a feature wall. So now it just matches everything else in the room. And then that's whatever you would call that is new as well. There used to be paintings there. But
what are the days of feature walls, eh? I feel like feature walls was a big thing.
I'll let you in on a red hot tip. When I was like 14, I had a hot pink feature wall in my room.
Well, actually, the frogs wall is also a feature wall because I won't pick up my laptop and show you, but the other walls are like fluoro green, which was a weird decision from my sister when she asked them to paint this room. But
does that make the room feel really small?
No, it's very light fluoro green. Like it's like very light.
Just you show me.
It's like the color of the light bits on the frog. It's like the color of that on all the other walls.
That's nice. That would like really tie in everything.
Yeah, it does a little bit. It's a weird mix, but it's all right.
Is that your room?
Well, this is my sister's old room.
Oh, okay.
My old room used to be all purple and then frangipanis on the roof. But then we painted over that and it's brown walls with green on the roof.
Interesting. So like we're just gone beige or whatever the fuck that color is.
Yeah, the rest of the house is beige. I don't really know why Mum and Dad let us have artistic integrity over our rooms at that stage. And it's kind of sad because we were probably like 16, 17, maybe like 16 when we made these choices. So I don't really know.
Just letting you be your natural self, get your personality
Yeah.
out, figure out where you stand in this world, in this big old weird world. Speaking of big old weird worlds, like you've been done for ages. I am officially double vaxxed.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you. I am double vaxxed, ready to picnic, ready for the pubs to open, semi-ready for the gyms to open as well. I know that might be a surprise to everyone. I feel like absolute dog shit from it, which is fantastic. I thought the first one would have, like, that put me on my ass. I just assumed that the second one wouldn't, but it did. So excellent.
Yes.
Like, what else? So you're in Macksville. What have I been doing? I've worked. I ripped and teared on the weekend. Like, I really sent it. I wasn't meant to, but I did. But that's what happens week 3 of the finals. You get a little bit excited and
you're starting to think there's not many weeks left of finals.
Bruh, I was literally thinking that today. I was like, I'll save this for the podcast, this sooky bit. But I'm like, wow, like we have literally been doing this since about April, I'm pretty sure. So this is our 31st episode. We're the queens of back catalogue right now. So we've been doing this for a while. We're pretty good at it now.
We say so ourselves.
Yeah, if we say so, some others might beg to differ, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about your opinion. However,
unless it's positive.
Unless it's positive, like we said, we will just delete the message. But like, we've been doing this since April. Like, this is week 4 of the finals. Like, I know that we've got heaps of shit planned for the off season, but like, this has been a big year, Petey. And I feel like 10 weeks of it or whatever has been behind a fucking computer as well, which has just made it more of a period pain. But like, it's still my favorite part of the week.
Oh, for sure.
But it's been like such a big week, like on and off the field for rugby league. Like, we've gone through a pandemic, Zoom meetings, you moving away, me moving to Maitland, bloody chooks, bloody injuries, success, failures, you name it. Like, it's been 2021 has been a weird old year, my friend.
It has been wild.
It's been wild. And to be honest, I don't know how we're going to recover from it. Actually, no. I know how we can recover from it.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, what were you gonna say?
Were you thinking of Dr. V's adaptogenic energy drinks?
Yeah, I was. Keep going.
They actually provide 100% natural energy boost. And they are made by doctors, naturopaths, and PhDs.
Wow.
So that's how I get my energy.
So that's how we're going to recover from this weird old year.
Yeah. And it actually gives you physical and mental energy. Like, I know I'm coming into a really big patch of work because I've got placement and study, because I'm all sort of tying up loose ends with this whole university degree and stuff. And yeah, I think I'm going to be having to smash the Dr. V's just to make sure I'm mentally and physically energized.
Well, like, I'm not going down the university path, but I do work full time, and we are obviously professional podcasters, and it's draining and it's taxing on the body. And you mentioned that it's 100% natural energy for the brain, for the body. Like, a bit of research that I've done, well, both of I have done in the lab around Dr. V and their natural energy. It's off the back of what they put into it, Petey, and our listeners. And that's the pine extract and the sea buckthorn berry. Now, we have spoken about both of these goodness things in the past, but considering it's week 4 of the finals, and I can guarantee everyone is probably going to be feeling dusty and disgusting after the weekend, and plus just after a big old year. So let me quickly run you through some of the benefits of the pine extract and the sea buckthorn berry. Now, obviously, the pine extract is from Siberia, and it is used in both food and medicine as a source of vitamin C. Now, it contains a wide range of antioxidants, organic compounds, and micronutrients. Now, that's fantastic. That's in a drink. Wow. Now, let me quickly talk about its brother, the sea buckthorn berry, the god of berries, the holy berry of the fruit. Now, it is very rich in vitamins A, B1, B12, E, K, P, and C. How many other berries are high in all of those letters?
That seems like a lot.
It's a lot. Like there's more, it's high in more letters than the fucking word has, if that makes sense, if you're all following me. Sorry, before I'm mind blown. So it has more vitamin C, 8 times the vitamin C than a single orange.
Because you wouldn't be able to get through 8 oranges.
Oh, God, no. I don't even really like oranges that much.
You've said this before. I actually love oranges, but I can tell you right now, I'm not going to sit down and eat 8 of them at once.
8 in one sitting is absolutely bizarre.
But I could easily smash down a Dr. V.
Exactly, Petey, because you know why? Dr. V have 4 drinks. So they've got the Kama, the Brainstorm, the Bender,
and the Siberian Rush.
And the Siberian Rush. So there's 4 sexy little drinks that they have on their website. So you head over to drv.energy.com. I think that is it. Or you head over to their Instagram page, and obviously you can just go to their website from there. Have a look at what drink you'd like. Now, all the bottles look sexy, so actually have a look and see which one will relate to you. And then what you do is, because we have a deal for you. It's week 4 of the finals. It's the back end of the year. We're entering silly season. So we want to save you some money. If you put Triple F into the discount code at the checkout, you'll get 25% off.
Beautiful.
25% off, whatever your order is. Not 10, not 20, not 30, 25.
25.
We're not giving it away, guys, but we're definitely giving you a little bit of value.
Yeah, that's excellent.
So yeah,
I think I'm gonna be starting to rip into some of the brainstorms with this uni stuff, and then I think later in the year back onto the Bender Menders into the silly season.
That's exactly right. And then you'll get onto the not the Kama, the Siberian Rush when you want to go to the gym and start getting that pump on.
Definitely. Once the gym's open, Siberian Rush, I'll be hitting that up.
There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Fun, Fresh and Footy, Dr. V, Triple F. Do something about it. Be better.
Be better.
You're welcome.
Better bring up some notable mentions.
All right, this is my favorite part of the week, 100%.
Me too.
Because basically we hear whoever that fucking weird robot is, it gives us permission to start talking absolute dribble about our favorite people in the world.
Now, we were talking about this a little bit off air, and it sounds like you've got less than me because I've actually got quite the list this year. So why don't you go first?
Oh, well, I have them stored in my brain. I just forget to, we said this the other day. We're like, there's actually so much to talk about.
So much.
I'm glad you wrote them down because I'm trying to store them in my brain. And we know that I am of the forgetful nature. All right, I'll quickly start with the 2 that I wrote down. 3, there's 1 in my brain. So I just wanted to touch on our boy. Well, he used to be our boy, still our boy at heart. Blake Ferguson is retiring from the NRL.
Yes, I had this as one of mine.
Oh, we should just share a list.
It feels like, we might make up like a Google Doc, like a Teams file or something that we can all make changes to.
That sounds like I won't be able to open it, but
nah.
Anyway, Fergo is retiring from the NRL to pursue a career, hopefully in Australian rugby.
Yes, he has plans to be in the Wallabies by 2023, he says.
Is that the next World Cup?
Possibly.
Spread it. We think it is.
Yeah, spread that. Which is good. Good on him. It was like, I feel like his retirement kind of just popped out of nowhere. Like there was no talks about it. He was just kind of like finished the last game he played in week 2 of the finals or whatever, and was just like, oh, I'm actually not playing it. I'm not playing anymore.
I think there was maybe speculation that Para weren't going to re-sign him. So he might just be like, I'll just go and try something different.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he can crack the Wallabies. I feel like he is a big human. Yeah, it'll be good to see him have a crack, and it's always good to see him, go and pursue their dreams in whatever they want to do.
And he's not really like super old. Like he's obviously getting on a little bit, but he's not like Benji Marshall old. So he should still be able to transition into the Wallabies or rugby union or whatever with ease and still be fit and whatnot. But
does he have a background in rugby union?
I could look it up, but
you would think that he would if he's moving into that, because I think he would find it very hard to
pick it up now
if he hasn't played before. There's quite a few little like intricacies of rugby union that I think if you haven't played it before, it's probably going to be hard.
I still don't know how to play, so for 100 years. But he's had
a great career in NRL anyway. Like he's done great.
Yeah, I completely agree. Has a fantastic career. He kind of went a little bit quiet this year, but definitely towards the back end of the season, like he was back.
Yeah, well, they dropped him, and when he came back in, he played really well. I thought he was like a savior for them in some of those finals games.
Yeah, I 100% loved watching him play towards the back end of the year, and I think we've said it on here. We're like, yes, vintage Fergo's back, and he's scoring doubles and just absolutely folding people. I think it's sad that he's leaving the game. I think he's played like nearly 250 or even more NRL games.
Yeah. But also, like, good on you, know your worth. Like, he is a good player, and if they're not going to offer him like full time, he may as well just go and do something else, challenge himself.
He's done everything else. Like,
yeah, he played for Australia, played Origin, like
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Fergo. Like ex-Chucky, and obviously was there for the 2018 Grand Final, and possibly even the 2013 Grand Final.
Potentially,
I'd have to check that. But anyway. I've always been a big Fergo fan. I'm assuming you've always been a big Fergo fan.
Yep, we love Fergo.
And look, we'll watch him rip and tear. Well, you probably will. I never seem to watch rugby union. But if he plays union, we will watch him and we'll probably talk about him. The other one, which is it can probably be rolled into two, but I'll start with the first one that caught our eye, which was Reece Walsh being arrested in Surfers Paradise. Well, firstly, he was arrested for being asked to move on from a nightclub or an establishment or whatever, and argued with the police and carried on like a young hot boy. And obviously, once he was arrested, they've searched him and he was caught with cocaine. The devil's
Yes, I actually also had this down there, but yeah, look, I don't have an issue with him having it, really. Like, who cares? They're all on their Mad Mondays. They're all on their rip and tear season. Like, do what you want to do. But it is weird that if you had it in your pocket, you would be arguing with police. Like, not that we get into that, but if I was to have something like that on me, I think I would
play it cool.
If someone was like approaching me, I'd just be like, see ya, out of here. Duck off to the next club. Like, there's that many clubs in Gold Coast, like, go somewhere else or go to a house party. Like, you could probably just walk if you hear a little bit of music at a house party. Like, you're Reece Walsh, you could probably just knock on the door and they'll let you in.
But that's what I mean. Like, he was being asked to leave, argued with the cops, or went back in, and then the cops had come back or whatever the yarn was. And it's like, bruh, just go somewhere else. Like, why? Look, we love Reece Walsh and we understand that he's a hot boy and a very good rugby league player. But bruh, you can't just like argue, especially when you've got a loaded gun in your pocket.
Yeah, I think hot people get away with a lot. And I think he probably just like was like, I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm hot as fuck.
I'm way too hot to get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
I could have three guns in my pocket.
Yeah. And then just didn't turn out to be that way. But
these cops weren't aware of the hot boy thing. Maybe it was a new police officer.
Maybe they were blind. Maybe it was blind police that came and caught him, and so they were like not able to.
That makes heaps of sense, eh? Because how did they not?
It's nice that the police force are letting blind people in now. Equal opportunities and all that.
How did the gun, we'll call it, like how did the blind police officer recognize that it was cocaine then? Did it have braille?
Well, no, he was just feeling it. No, I think maybe the blind police officer pulled him up, took him in, And then he was searched back at the station by the police officers with vision. Potentially. This is all potentially. We don't know.
Yeah, if anyone actually knows, if anyone from the Queensland Police, Surfers Paradise Police know this actual yarn, like let us know, because that's fantastic if there are.
Well, if the policeman that took him in wants to reach out and just let us know of his vision status, that'd be great too.
It would make heaps more sense.
Yeah, confirm our speculation. But either way, he front-footed the media and sort of just said, sorry, it was only me. No one had Eddie with me. And I was like, sure.
There was a video of him with Toby Rudolph from the Sharks, like scream singing to Sweet Caroline or something.
Oh, yeah, I did see that actually. But yeah.
Yes, rip and tear season is in full swing and I love it.
Yes, and like he is a Queensland boy, so it was just like his old stomping ground. He probably is like, before I was famous, I never used to get in trouble for this, and now.
Yeah, who would have?
Although he probably wasn't even going out before. He is only 18.
Yeah, he was in school probably last time he was there.
Yeah,
we don't know. We don't know what goes on.
He hasn't been partying long enough to know when to move on.
But you can't argue with blind police officers and have guns.
No.
You can't carry loaded weapons. Anyway. Thank you, Reece Walsh, for that entertaining yarn. Keep up the good work and be careful.
Hopefully he doesn't get like too long a suspension or anything like that. Wouldn't want to see him out of the game for a long time. That would be a bit upsetting.
That would suck. And especially like you said at the very beginning, and as we'll segue into the next thing, they are on their like end of season carry-ons and whatnot, which is what like they do in the off season. Like every other Tom, Dick and Harry does the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah, you go to any footy club silly Sunday and it looks exactly the same.
It looks except at ours. It doesn't look anything.
Yeah, not at ours.
But in saying that, he was in public. So what we'll do is, I'm sure you've got heaps to touch on about this as well. We'll go into the Storm debacle.
Yes.
Munster, is it Lewis and Big Cheese?
Yeah.
Who's the second rower that's in trouble as well? Irrelevant. Sorry, my apologies to you. I can't remember what your name is. Now this was, I think this is the fucking most dog act in the world.
Yes. They're in the privacy of their own apartment.
Privacy of their own apartment. Obviously, it was the Monday after their shock loss to Penrith, which is something else we'll touch on. And they are enjoying the company of each other and the off-season rip and tear shenanigans that obviously Reece Walsh was. And some bozo, some fucking Marge, has whipped their phone out and filming. So there's been, is there 2 or 3 videos that have emerged?
I think it's 2 videos that have emerged, but I have seen like another version of the first video that's kind of come up somewhere online. But like essentially just like the first one of them at the table and the second one of Munster dancing on a table. Yeah. I just don't get it. Like the first video particularly, and I think it was the Hello Sport boys talking about this, like, why would they be sending that? Like, because I think some people were saying, well, maybe it's been shared because someone that was there shared it just to a mate and then that mate shared it on to like media or whatever. But that first video, like, why would you share that to a mate? Like, it's just people sitting around and like a little bit of white powder on the table.
They could have had a chafe or anything. Like,
but like, what's the point of that video? Like, at least the Munster dancing one, you might be like, oh, you might send that because it's a little bit funny.
I know, it's not like Cheese was like ripping a slug or anything. He literally was holding a card and there was powder on the table. Like, oh man, when I seen it, I was just like, that is the most fucking dog act ever.
I know.
Like, no one gets their phone out on a Larry.
I wonder if they would all know who it was now too. Like, they would be, surely it was someone they know. Like, surely they didn't just have randoms up there with them.
That's what I mean. Like, who would be in that room? And like, I don't know. I think I read it maybe on Facebook or something. So Gus Gould and Paul Gallen came out and were like obviously they were disappointed in what happened because like the Storm of this like prestige club or whatever, and now this has sort of put a dampener on their off season. But they were basically like, these players need to be so careful who they associate themselves with, because let's be honest, it wouldn't have been any of the, well, you'd hope that it wouldn't be of any of your teammates, because you're
No, surely not.
celebrating together or commiserating or whatever the fuck they're doing. But yeah, you've got to be so careful, like who they associate with, because like they were drip feeding this to the media to get paid or get a bite or whatever.
Yeah.
And now
I think if I was famous, I would definitely be one of those like paranoid ones. Like everyone put your phones in the bucket at the start or you're not coming in. Like
at the door of the pent with a fucking spew bucket.
With a lock bucket, something I can lock up and just like no one touches these.
No one gets these out. The only time,
but at the same time, you feel bad because you're like they would have thought they could trust whoever they had brought in to their apartment, 100%. And they just clearly couldn't.
And everyone just looked like they were having a good time. Like it wasn't even that crazy. Like Munster was dancing,
sitting around.
And everyone was sitting around with their sunnies on, just like having a chat. Like it.
Yeah,
wild, eh?
I think it was like Daily Blue put up an article and it's like NRL players slammed for doing what every bloke does on a Larry or something, or what every person does on a Larry, which I thought was funny.
That hit the nail on the head, because let's be honest, nothing really exciting happens on Mad Monday except for
they weren't doing anything ridiculous. Like there was a bit of white powder and then they were just sitting around and like he was dancing. Like they're not causing a nuisance. They're not hurting anyone else. I just don't see the issue.
Yeah, the fact that it was in the privacy of their hotel room and their season had just finished. It was literally the Monday after their loss.
And they expected to get into the grand final, so they're probably like trying to get rid of their sorrows.
Exactly. I was very like, I really don't have an opinion. I don't really care that they were doing that. Like you said, every other Tom, Dick and Harry does it. But the fact that, someone's tried to like ruin their careers or the start of their 2022 season because of this, and now they're faced with fines and suspensions, I just think that is the lowest act. Let the boys
again, I hope they don't get in too much trouble or too many suspensions for it, because both are great players to watch. Although, did you see a thing and it was like the NRL is potentially trying to make hair follicle testing a thing?
Yeah, I did see that.
With their drug testing, which is like a lot of people are going to be in trouble because
it stays in your system or stays in your hair for a while, doesn't it?
Stays in your hair for like over 3 months. So it stays in there for like over 3 months. So maybe we'll see a few bald players next season.
That'd be funny as. But like again, it came out. The Rugby League Players Association like don't have drug testing in the off season because it is the off season.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like there's no need for ASADA testing, and it's not like it's not like people come to random individuals' houses and come and drug test. And it's not affecting their performance in the season.
Exactly. And they didn't do anything wrong. They weren't getting fucking arrested like old Carry On Walsh. They were sitting, minding their own business. Munster was ripping and tearing into the, shuffling on the table day 3 of a bender. Like, that was impressive. There's not that many people that can move like that on the Monday after a loss.
Oh, no, he probably needed the white powder to move like that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have lasted.
I was impressed.
I think he was doing well. But anyway, it's just like annoying that they send it in, and hopefully those boys don't get too much of a punishment. But
I think I read that it's going to be about 2 weeks at the beginning of the year.
That's all right. I feel like it's just so annoying. Like, I feel as though back in the day it was so fun. They could just rip and tear because phones didn't exist. Like, everyone wants to video everything. Like,
I think Bo Ryan was on Bloke in a Bar, and he said it might have been when Cronulla, I can't remember. He was with Cronulla, and they went on a big boat party, and they had the same thing as what you said. They all put their phones in like a lock-up box at the start of the day, and it was loose as, and they just do whatever they want, and it was good fun. And plus, they were just with their teammates. But there was none of this fucking filming it and then posting it, sending it into the media and trying to get people in trouble.
I just don't get it. And I just think, like, have a bit of fun. Like, I know when we've been on benders, like, it'll be a few days and I'm like, I haven't actually checked my phone at all. Like, it's still on 100% and I've been bender. Yeah, I'm like, did I even bring it here?
Someone put Bonnie Tyler Total Eclipse of the Heart on. It's like, where's my phone?
Like, it's literally there to play music and that's about it. Like, other than that, it's just like, why would I touch it? I've got a million yarns to spill right now, and everyone's pissed, so they want to listen to them.
I can't stop speaking, and Brooke Walklake can't stop speaking. So
yeah, I'm like, I haven't drawn breath long enough to check my phone the whole couple days.
And to be honest, we're only getting the phone to put Total Eclipse of the Heart on every hour on the hour, which it should already be set to. I just wanted to quickly ask your opinion on the yarn that it was potentially Harry Grant that was filming them to try and get Cheese's number 9 spot.
Oh, I just don't believe that at all. That's very
that was so funny.
Although did you also see someone else posted that they thought it was the person that video was planted by Craig Bellamy so that he could get everyone for a cheap price next year. Like, so he could sign them all on like smaller money because they're like looked at badly upon now.
That's genius.
I was like, I actually believe that one more than the Harry Grant yarn.
It was probably the drug dealer who came and dropped off the talcum powder.
Yeah, he was like sent in by Bellamy.
Yeah, sent in by him undercover. He's wearing like glasses with a mustache, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm just quickly checking my." Anyway, do you like it? I gotta go. Oh, Bellamy.
Potentially.
That's
mastermind of the year.
That's great. All right, let's stop talking about all that fun stuff. What else have you got?
Rightio. So my first one, in the Rabbits versus Manly game, I don't know if you remember this try, but Jackson Paulo scored a try and he ran probably 5 meters backwards to score it. He caught the ball.
Oh yes, and he jogged backwards.
And he ran backwards, but he just didn't turn around for like a whole 5 meters. He just turns around right on the sideline and puts it down.
Yes, I did see that actually. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, I should have actually watched all the repeats of this.
I was like, their training of like backwards running has come in really handy because he was hitting some pace going backwards.
Yeah, he was really towing it back. And
it was just like, he didn't even like think about turning around. He was just like, got it straight backwards to the try line.
Really working those quads. Definitely done a lot of S&C to do with that. And it showed.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Also, another one from the games on the weekend, and we had Munster. I saw the one where Munster hit Luai like in the head, and Luai had to come off, and it was just like no penalty or anything. I was like a bit shocked.
Yeah, I did see that. I kind of don't really remember the no penalty, but the fact that Luai came back on when he was like fucking out. I was like, oh, that's a little bit.
Yeah, especially considering Welch went off for Storm, but he never came back on. But Cheese was shoulder.
But then it came up down the bottom that he wasn't returning because it was he failed his HIA. So he landed on his shoulder and he was holding his shoulder, and then I think he made another tackle or something, and then he came from the field, and then they're like, yeah, he's failed his HIA.
Right. Yes. What else did I have? Australia beat Argentina 27-8. I actually didn't watch much of this game, but good to see us get a win. These ones we had. I had a few of the Dalians. I thought we'd talk about them.
Yes, please. Let's do that. That's actually what I was going to do. Right,
obviously, Tom Trbojevic got Dalian Player of the Year, which I think is well-deserved, but also wild considering how many games he missed.
That stat where it was like, if he played all season, he probably would have got 50 Dalian points.
Wild,
yeah. Congratulations.
But he's had a great season, so good on him. Teddy got Captain of the Year, so shout out to our boy Teddy. Well deserved.
I think you're going to, you can continue announcing these awards, but I just want to preface it that we fucking cleaned up.
Yeah, we cleaned up, and so we should have.
Robbed of Coach of the Year, but actually now that
that was actually one of my points.
Well, going back on that yarn about Viliami sending in the undercover drug dealer.
If he's planted the video, then maybe he does deserve it.
That's genius.
Maybe the Dalian knew about that situation, and they were like, no, that's a good call from him. He gets the points.
That is absolute. That's a smart businessman.
Yes. Obviously, Teddy Captain of the Year, great call. I think he's had such a hard year with like so many injuries in that well deserves. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Walker got Rookie of the Year, which is up the chooks again and well deserved again.
Hot boy,
Apparently
we love fucking Sam Walker.
Apparently they were saying that Reece Walsh is actually not even allowed to get it because he had 2 suspensions during the season.
I don't even remember him being suspended, eh?
I do. I remember him getting suspended. And then the next suspension is for that game against the Titans. I think against the Titans. And he got into like a punch-up, but he never got penalised for it in the game. But
I remember you saying this.
Yeah, when he like ran in and started it all, and he never got penalised. But yeah, he did get a 1-week suspension that he hasn't served yet for that. Just added on to all the ones he's getting for the baggy.
Oh, I love him, eh? He's a good value. I hope he's in the game for a very long time.
Yeah, me too. I think he's going to be great. Obviously, Bellamy got Coach of the Year, which originally I had written Bellamy getting Coach of the Year is bullshit. But maybe not with this new information we have.
This is why we do this show, Petey, because we need to sort of throw ideas off each other and just create speculation. And it's like, okay, well, maybe the Coach of the Year isn't bad. Like, we did clean up. We got 3 awards.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, well, maybe Bellamy's like, well, they can't have 4, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to prove that I'm a fucking mastermind.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know.
I potentially, but either way, I think Robbo was a little bit hard done by, but Bellamy is a coach. The only reason I didn't think Bellamy, but they said that like the coaching points or whatever, or however they decide it, doesn't include the final series. Like, you know, obviously because it's already the awards night happens before all the finals finishes anyway. But in my opinion, I'm just like Storm, like halfway through the season, Storm were pretty much the only ones that even had a chance of winning. So the fact they're not in the grand final.
Is it because he got that 17 in a row record or something?
I think so. Well, he didn't beat the record, but yeah.
Exactly. You didn't beat the record. So again, actually, I take everything back. Robbo was fucking robbed.
So I just think like they should have been in the grand final with the squad they've got and how they've been playing. Like they should have been in the grand final. So the fact they're not makes me think, is he the Coach of the Year? Probably not.
Fucking give it to Ivan before him. And Ivan's a
yeah. Give it to Wayne.
Yes.
That's it. I didn't write down the team list, but I think it was like, will we go into it?
Was it Josh Morris that got or is that a Roosters award? No, Josh Morris got an award as well.
Didn't
community award or something, or was that? Hold on, let me quickly get it up.
He didn't get the Roosters Community Award because that one went to Nat Butcher.
So I swear he got an award for like, when the fuck was the Dalians? Didn't he get an award for like when Brett Morris did his knee in that Knights game?
Oh yeah, something about like compassion. Yeah, I saw that compassionate moment or something.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I do remember, but anyway, good on him as well.
I can't find it anywhere, so spread it. It could be.
I will quickly go through the team. We won't touch on it too much, but the Dalian team of the year was Tom Travojevic, Garrick and Toto in the wings, Olam and Burton. I thought Joey Manu was a bit hard done by to not get a start there.
Daniel Tupou
However,
was robbed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Toto definitely deserved it, and then Garrick probably just with how many tries he scored.
Yeah, he was.
Then we had Cody Walker and Nathan Cleary in the halves.
That.
I thought so too. I think that's a good decision. We had James Fisher-Harris and Payne Haas as the props of the year.
Yep.
Prop of the year was the Cheese, which 100% agree there. He had a great season. Kikao and Papali'i were the second rowers of the year. Yeah, and Isaiah Yeo was lock of the year. I think they're all pretty understandable. There's a few that I may have made different.
Crichton?
I think Crichton. I think Crichton just wasn't actually in. He was not eligible because of his suspensions.
Oh, yeah, true.
But yeah, I think Crichton played there. He played well. I think even, I think in the 13 position, I think Radley, Yeo, and Murray were probably all like close there for me.
Yeah, definitely. I like Yoba. Like, I think he...
Oh, Yo's an excellent player. And I think him coming in and ripping at Origin as well also sort of helps his case for Dalian. So I'm not at any...
And Radley only played 2 games.
Yeah, he actually probably wasn't eligible either.
Can we just, before you go on, I might post it on our page, but it's what I tagged you and Annika Butler in. Can we just quickly talk about how much of a honey Victor Radley looks at sea?
Oh my goodness.
With whatever
Such
that
a honey
was.
I know. He had like the Cattleman's brewing can in the mouth of it, and like everything about that picture was just like, I was saying to you, I was like, it looks like it could win photography awards. It was just like the nicest picture ever, and he looks so good.
We'll post it on our story because it was so hot. Actually, yes, again, another completely off topic thing. That Cattleman's Brewery, do you want me to send that to Macksville or to your house here?
Oh yeah, send it to Macksville.
I lost the bet, so.
Yes, we had our AFL multis, which we didn't, I think we both put on a 20-leg multi, and I think I got 15 out of 20 and Kreb got 13 or something.
I don't know.
I think it was something like that.
If I remember, I'll touch on AFL at the end of the show, but yeah.
Sounds good.
It was a fucking weird old one. All right, keep going.
What else? When we're talking about Dalians, I also wanted to shout out, I don't know if anyone else watched, but the Golden Beak Awards by Dan and Kemp and the Hello Sport Boys was excellent. And I loved all the awards they did. They had Dior Dave in a dress. And I just thought some of the awards were a bit fun, and their selections for the awards were probably more similar to what I would have picked also than the Dalians were.
That was the fucking funniest 2 hours that I've ever sat down and watched. Like I wish we could come up with something like that. That was fucking brilliant. So it
was definitely like one of the best awards shows I've watched.
Oh, it was so good. And it was fucking fantastic. And the fact that they sat there like nude doing it with their vapes to the side, like their tuxedos, I was like, that is brilliant. Good work.
It was hilarious. Okay, I also had this one. This is not rugby league related, but I've been watching the news now that I'm back in Macksville because Mum and Dad watch the news. And R. Kelly, like the rapper, is facing 100 years of jail for sex trafficking.
Yes, I did. I heard this on the radio the other day. That's fucking wild.
That is wild.
Yeah, that's
but weird. Like not good, but also just like a wild story, like
wild yarn. And
yeah,
he was doing it for a while.
God, I'm getting some terrible lighting coming in through this window now. I don't know if I should just quickly duck off and shut the blind a little.
Do you have any more notable mentions?
I do, just a couple more. We're nearly done.
No, that's all right. I was just going to start talking, but I don't have anything to talk about.
All right. It's a bit dark, but it's no shadows. All right. Oh, I saw this stat about this is actually more related to Dalians, but it was by like that useless rugby league facts or something on Facebook, and it was apparently it's the first time since 1986 that no Queensland players have been named in Dalian positions in the team of the year. So that is interesting. And my final point is COVID related. I don't know if you saw the like numbers, but I don't know where Woodbury is. Do you know where Woodbury is?
Yeah. So Woodbury. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Is Woodbury?
Is it like small though?
Yeah, but like they're playing up in Woodbury. Hold on, let me just double check.
They had
near Barrow because I can't remember.
I was just like reading and I was like, this has to be one of those small towns on the skirts of Newcastle, and it had 12 cases just in Woodbury today.
Literally, there's like 80 something in just the Hunter.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing out there? Like, what are they getting up to in Woodbury? Is there even shops in Woodbury?
Woodbury is one of the easternmost suburbs of the city of Maitland in the Hunter region of New South Wales. So Woodbury is actually sort of behind where, if I'm coming home from work and I go to that cheap Metro Servo, which is in Taro, that Woodbury is sort of like behind there. But I haven't been.
I'm just thinking like for the size of the place, their percentage of people with COVID would be like getting quite high because that's a lot of cases for a very small town.
There's only 30 people in Woodbury, so 12 of them
they're at like
infected.
Well, there's been others on other days, so they're probably like over 50% now.
Yeah, it's fucked. New South Wales, sorry, not New South Wales, but yeah, back to COVID. The Hunter has literally shit the bed, and we're meant to be like opening, like business.
Yeah, we're getting like much worse.
Well, the numbers for the state are dropping, but so New South Wales is dropping, but then the Hunter's like hey, I don't know what's going on. Whether it's people are picnicking or whatever, but I'm double vaxxed now. I meant to actually be going on my first picnic on Sunday.
Well, that'd be nice.
I've had an invitation extended to me. I'm not sure where I'm going. I do know it's with Brookie, babbbbby, Annabelle, Bronte, and Maddie Mahoney. So
that'll be good.
Yeah, well, like, if I don't catch COVID between now and then.
Your mum's test comes back positive.
Yeah, if mum's test comes back positive, then we're all fucked.
But yeah, that is all my notable mentions for this week.
Big one. Lots happening in the world. Lots happening in rugby league. Lots happening in rugby union. Rugby union got a bit of a fucking bash today. I saw the big post on Instagram that you've committed to the Wildfires as well for the 2022 season. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. Well, hopefully as long as I can get a job in Newcastle, but yes, should be.
Oh my God, don't fucking do that. I'll cry on air if you move away. I'll cry because we'll have to do this over Zoom still every week. And then I can't just turn up to your house when I want.
Yes.
All right.
Fingers crossed.
What do we normally do next? So we talk about the week that was. So week 3 of the finals.
Yes.
Yeah, righto. I'll get the app up because, again, spoiler alert, I didn't write notes.
So are we reviewing
we're gonna go through week 3, and obviously we'll quickly touch on the game briefly or whatever we've got to say, which obviously leads us into week 4, the 2 winners from week 3. And
so the first game was Rabbitohs versus Manly on Friday night, I believe, and the end score was 36-16. Now, this was an interesting game. Rabbitohs came out and ripped and teared.
Rabbitohs
and Manly did not. Manly just didn't have the ball, really. Because when they got it, they actually, then they dropped it a bit and stuff. But, when they actually got down that end, they were able to score tries quite easily. Obviously, there was the 2 that got disallowed, which would have made it a bit of a different game. But, they were able to score points. They just
not many
didn't really hit the mark.
No,
and the score actually looks a lot better than what the game looked like. If anyone was watching the game, Rabbitohs
should have
looked
scored
so
more.
on top. They just looked so on top the whole game. Manly never looked a chance. It's just that they kind of scored 2 tries in the last 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
That kind of made them look better.
Manly kind of got off to the same start they did against Melbourne.
Yeah, I agree.
And they just didn't fire. But that also adds narrative to the fact that Manly just don't play better, play well against teams that are better than them. Higher on the ladder. They would never...
I think, DCE not, as clutch as you'd want, considering he's been the Australian half for, ever. Well, not ever, but a long time.
Let's touch on that.
He had a great shocker.
I do not think he will be the Australian captain for much longer.
No.
No way in hell. No way in hell.
And he does have some really good games. He comes out and he plays really well, but not when it matters.
Have you noticed that he plays really well when they're versing from fucking 5 down to 16?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He plays well. He has actual blinders against really shit teams. And then they come up into a pressure situation and he's the one that's supposed to be guiding them all because he's the halfback. He's the one with experience. He's got all of it. And he just chokes almost.
Yeah, I 100% think Cleary will be taking that position. Look, we'll touch on Cleary next. But, yeah, I really liked Manly. And actually one of the guys I work with, shout out Richard, if you're listening, he actually asked me, he's like, so who are you girls tipping in the grand final? And I told him my prediction. And he said, well, I'm going for the opposite of that because whoever you ride, you seem to fucking ride them into the ground.
Oh my goodness, I was literally going to touch on this because obviously we'll pick who, leading forward further in later in the show, we're going to pick who we're going for. But I'm also always it's probably going to make them lose because we have a real curse, a loser's curse about us. I actually got 0 from 2 last week in the tipping.
So did I. We do have a loser's curse. But look, not that the Roosters are losers whatsoever. However, we did both come second and second last and last in the tipping comp. We did lose week 2 of the finals. Manly shit the bed as soon as we fucking praised them from the rooftop. I'm a little bit nervous of who I want to back.
I know. I think it does just come back from that stuff we've talked about in a long time. It's the powers that be knowing that we've started this podcast and knowing the stretch and the influence that we have on people, and they're like, well, we can't have that much rugby league knowledge going to the many. We have to make them wrong.
Yeah, we have to spread it evenly amongst the peasants that listen.
Yeah.
And I take that back. Our listeners aren't peasants. I'm like, great, we have no show next week because of that. But no, it's true. Like, we are the shepherds, and unfortunately, the rugby league gods don't let us be right all the time. That would be, when you think about it, it would be unfair. And we'd be dripping in glory constantly, but...
I know.
Anyway, Daily Cherry Evans...
Our time is coming. We're not ready for that kind of success and like, correct tips all the time. I think once we build up, that time will come, and then
I've just had
all
a
the success will come.
I've just had a light bulb moment, Peter. I know exactly why we didn't win the grand final this year. Because 2021 has been such a fucking bed shit, and we are 4 hours from each other. Yes. You're going to get blessed with a job in Newcastle. I'm going to be back living in Newcastle. 2022, we're going to be next door neighbours when the grand final's on, and it's going to be the Roosters versus who cares, and we'll win, and we'll be together doing a fucking live show.
I might actually write that in a book somewhere so that we can manifest it. Apparently that's what you've got to do. Apparently you've got to write it in a book.
I thought you meant like write it in a book so we remember to do it next year.
That too.
Because let's be honest, I will have forgotten about it by the end of this show. Look, that got dribbly. What we're touching on is, what's his name? DCE is going to lose his position as number 7 for Australia, and can't perform against anyone from 1 to 3, sorry. Because I don't think they beat Melbourne, Panthers or Bunnies this year.
No. It's, It was disappointing because obviously we wanted to see them go well, but it just wasn't how it was. And I don't think I have too much more to say about that game, if I'm honest.
All we want to do is apologise to anyone that supports Manly, because maybe we do have the loser's curse. Well, that was Friday.
Manly just needed to play better.
Manly fucking needed to hold the ball. That's what they needed to do. All right, Saturday afternoon this was, because of the AFL Grand Final. We had the Storm taking on Penrith. Penrith getting the Bickies 10-6. Now, I don't think anyone in the fucking world predicted this.
It was a great game, actually.
It was a fantastic game. Melbourne were... I remember
not on their game.
I remember this game more than the first game. Melbourne were not on their game at all. Like, they were sloppy in attack. And
so much drop ball for a team that's normally like so...
Exactly. They were the best attacking team. They were the best attacking team of this year, and Penrith were obviously the best defensive team. And I think this was on Hello Sport or Bloke in a Bar or whatever, and obviously defense wins games. But, yeah, Melbourne could not hold the ball. And I remember watching them towards the end of the second half. There was probably like 20 to go or whatever. Like, around the ruck, they were all just so bunched up. Like, no one was spread out. Like, no one was sort of like getting ready for a play or whatever. But when they were getting ready for a play, they were doing fucking stupid cutout balls that were like...
Yeah. I think the thing is with Melbourne is they have had such a dominant season, so they're not really like prepared for the situations when they are under the pump.
Yeah.
So they got under the pump and they were kind of like, this is not normal. We don't know what to do. We normally just flog everyone.
We normally win. We're from Melbourne and we win. Cameron Smith came out and said that like they were just too erratic and hot-headed out there.
Yeah, which is like the opposite of how the Storm normally play.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Also, Remus Smith had like a shocker. He could not catch a ball.
Yeah, I kind of actually felt sorry for him because he normally like a decent player. Well, actually, he's pretty good. But had a shocker.
Like Toto and Cleary and like Kikao, all the big players for Panthers really stood up. And honestly, it was, like you said, it was their defense. They honestly just starved Melbourne, caused errors, all a lot of it. Like, they just played so well.
The fact that they got absolutely bashed by Parramatta. Well, they didn't get bashed by Parramatta, but Parramatta and then bashed each other in week 2.
Yeah. And they were able to have that performance is wild.
What about that kick? Well, yeah, it was 2 minutes into the game, but like that kick that Cleary did when the Storm were all bunched up on the defensive line.
Oh, yeah, just a little crossfield one.
And just sort of like given Crichton a look and then just fucking chipped this ball over and it's like landed in his hand with no one on him. I was like,
yeah,
that's what DCE needs to do.
Yeah, I really liked Crichton on the wing.
Yeah,
I think it was just nice having like a big body. He's like quite quick out there.
He's like, we talk about Cleary and Toto and Luai and whatnot, but Crichton, I think he goes a little bit under the radar a bit. Like I so much.
Yeah, he's great.
That
essentially, to be honest, I'm really happy. I did not want to see Storm going into
that's what I mean. It was
into week 4 of the finals, and also like I was not having one bit of them stealing our back-to-back title that we have.
So we have this year, we have like not allowed them to overtake our winning streak from 1975 or whatever, and then they haven't taken over our back-to-back. Like,
yeah, we're just like not letting them best us because Roosters, we all know we're the better side, and now Storm know it as well.
Storm know it. Oh, yeah, that was a fantastic game to watch. Fantastic season. So happy that the Storm are out. I don't think, I just couldn't do another. I heard another yarn that it's the first time since about 2015 or 16 since either the Roosters or the Storm haven't been in the grand final.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was like 2014 or something, to be honest. I don't know, but it was like quite a while.
Yeah, it's nice and refreshing. Like, obviously, it's 2 Sydney teams, the South and the West, and well, do you have any more that you want to talk about that game? And we might quickly wrap up it all. So we've got 1 week left of the Chix leaderboard or the tipping comp.
Yes.
The dumbest decision I've ever had in my life. I don't know why we do this every week because the podium does not change at all. Actually, It has changed. I've been moved to second last. I was kind of third last. I am now second last. Liz K, our resident snitch, on 159 points. With 1 game to go, I feel like congratulations are in order, Liz. Like, you've put up a very good fight and you've absolutely smoked some of us losers. Tar with 2 H's on 154. So
mine says 155 for her.
Oh, yeah, 100. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the next one. 155. Sorry, I've just shorted you of a point. And then a close second, Brittany, we've touched on this, she spells it a different way, on 154. So a close third. Now, I'm just looking at everyone's scores.
Potential for second and third to change, maybe? Oh, no. I think even if Brittany gets 1 point up on Tar, she will still be, unless she really pulls her margin in, then I think Tar's secured that second spot.
Yeah, Tar's margin is nice. Who's got the lowest?
Yeah.
Lizzie's got the lowest margin.
Yes, of course she would.
It's fucked. She's not being in it next year.
She's so far ahead of everyone. It's outrageous. But honestly,
if you win it next year, you're not allowed to be in it next year.
Maybe you can come in, but you can't start tipping till round 3.
I feel like that would not be a hindrance.
Well, no, it probably wouldn't. Anyway, congratulations, but we will have the official rankings next week. But yes.
It just sucks we couldn't do our party. And then obviously our podium girls, I have cash money for you as well. So I don't know whether you actually listen to this podcast. If you don't listen to it, I'm keeping your money. I should have a code word that they have to give me, but they only will know it.
That's not a bad idea. Should we make it up?
The code word is Sydney Roosters.
Okay, I like that.
And yeah, they have to give me what the code word is in the group chat if they
access their money.
access their money and then obviously send me their details. All right, congratulations to all of the girls in our comp. It's been very fun this year. Don't know if we'll do it next year.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Come on.
Marge, Petey. Star and Marge. S&M, brought to us by Rihanna. She sings along, and we name one star, one Marge. Now, before we went to air, obviously we have a quick business meeting before we press record. Sometimes we press record during the business meeting just for a bit of a giggle. Neither of us had one because we'd forgotten. It's only episode 31, but we had forgotten that this is the only segment that we do.
Yes.
So who wants to go first?
I've actually got some now, so I'll go first.
Righto, go.
So my star was the day that I've had, because I've had a really great day.
This is the quality of our stars and Marges.
Can you tell I made that up in the last 10 minutes, or who was your star?
Look, I'm either gonna I'm gonna star Victor Radley for that fantastic hot boy post that he put up with that big fish. It's kind of funny because I did post that on my story, and then I had good friend of the show Carla from Merriweather Carlton message me saying that she also has a photo with a fish that's just as hot, and I asked her to send it through just so I could get visuals and compare, but it was actually her just on the beach drinking a fucking glass of wine out of a coffee cup, and I was like, that is hot. That is red hot. So
that
actually,
is pretty
my
hot
star
too.
goes to Carla. I changed that. My star goes to Carla. That's Hopefully next week we have something better. Can't make any promises. Marge?
My Marge this week, I was going to give it to Bellamy for beating Robbo. However, I thought it actually wasn't his decision. It was the Dalian. So I'm actually going to go for the bloke that filmed the Storm Boys as the Marge of the week.
That was literally what mine was going to be as well.
You don't get bigger Marges than that. So I think that's fair. That we both made him the Marge.
When we do our fucking awards next year, which write that in next to the grand final thing as well.
Put it in the book. Yeah.
Put it in our manifesting book of things to do. We will have a Marge of the year, and 100%. I know it's like rip and tear season, and the year's fucking almost done. That trumps all Marges that we've had this year. 100%. So. That is the biggest fucking dickhead move. And you know what? I hope the cheese knocks his block off.
Hey. Yeah.
But anyway, that was my Marge too. That was the one that I did think.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right. You know what time it is? It's time to rip and dissect week 4 of the finals.
Let's go. Week 4 of the finals. Big game, obviously, as it is week 4 of the finals.
It doesn't have any other name. It is just known as week 4 of the finals. The last game.
And that is
NRL.
Yeah, so that's a big thing in itself. We were going to go through and go through the team list and just say who we thought out of the two, like people in each position we thought was the better player, to kind of, do some matchups and see if we can pick apart some weaknesses and strengths in that. So should we start off with that?
Yeah, let's definitely start off with that. I just wanted to touch on, this is not the grand final that I was expecting. Week 4 of the finals.
The week 4 of the finals you're expecting. Neither, but I'm not mad about it at all.
I'm not mad at all. I'm actually, and when you said, let's go through the team list, I was like, this is going to be fucking red hot. But, Souths were squashed by 50 or more points twice this season.
Yeah.
And I know we had an episode, I can't remember which one it was, where we actually talked about, it was the episode where we talked about introducing the draft system because of all the blowouts and whatnot.
Yeah, yep.
Remember that one? And I think gone are the days where a blowout does not mean, because it was obviously that yarn that if you got beaten by 50 or more points, you wouldn't make the finals or the grand final or whatever. And we've been proven wrong. Week 4 of the finals.
They've debunked it.
Yeah, they've debunked it. So I'm so keen. Sunday.
Me too.
30. Let's go.
I think it's going to be such a good game. And I'm actually so excited that it's not like, obviously that it couldn't have happened because South beat Penrith in the first round. But like, I'm so glad it's not just a rematch of last year, like Penrith and Storm. I'm just glad Storm's not in it at all. So it'll be good.
Did you actually hear the other yarn that the grand final week 4 of the finals, wash my mouth out, could potentially be called off on the day because of the little mini COVID breakout in Brisbane?
Yeah, I think that they've said that they've got a pretty strong like contingency plan in to make sure it goes ahead now.
God, I will
so fingers crossed
if that happens.
You know, the one thing I don't like about week 4 of the finals this time, I just wish it was like a Sunday arvo at 4, not at like 7:30.
Oh my God. I think it was like 2012, whenever the Bulldogs played in the grand final, and I think it was 2012. That was a grand final, an afternoon.
Well, they used to all be in the afternoon, I think, like back in the day. That would be
so drunk.
But it's better because you're too pissed by 7:30.
Yeah, actually, the last couple of years for the week 4 of the finals, I don't even remember the game. So, and it was our silly Sunday last year, so that's understandable. All right, let's do this. Let's talk positions, matchups, everything fucking week 4. So we've got number 1, our fullback, Dylan Edwards, coming up against rookie Blake Taaffe.
In my opinion, I think Taaffe is like a little bit more electric, like he runs at everything with pace, but I think Edwards is a little bit bigger, a bit more experienced, and he's just super solid and does his job. So I would pick Dylan Edwards. What are your thoughts?
I'm the same. I really enjoyed watching Taaffe the last couple of weeks, and he's improved so much considering he's only played 7 NRL games or something. He's obviously got the mentor of Latrell. Latrell's still in the bubble, helping out, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, like you said, Dylan Edwards has been there before. He's got the experience, the runs on the board. I still think it'll be a mad matchup.
Yeah. Taaffe is actually, like you said, he's improved so much. But I heard them saying on another podcast I listened to, I can't remember which one, but that Taaffe is the least experienced player to ever play a grand final, which is like good on him. And I like that he literally puts 100% effort in all of the time.
Yeah. There was, I don't know whether it was that game, that game, or maybe would have been week 2, where he was just like doing magnificent jumps for the ball at fullback, and I was like, you couldn't pay me enough.
And I love when he catches it. I love when he catches it out the back, and like he's at full pace from the second he catches it to the second he hits the line. Like none of the jogging up business like a lot of people do. He just runs. And I think it's probably because like he is a bit smaller, so he knows he can't make the post-contact meters. But I'm like, good on you. You're making up for those meters back there by sprinting.
How old is he? 99.
Only like 18.
What's 99?
I don't know. He's probably 20 then, 19, 20.
He's a baby.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is Stephen Crichton versus Alex Johnston.
Oh, this is a hard one.
I also find this a tough one because I think like physically and like ability wise, I think Stephen Crichton's a better athlete than Alex Johnston.
Yeah.
But like Alex Johnston has been a try scoring machine this year.
Alex Johnston is a football player.
And he's wing specific, like he's trained as a winger, whereas I think Crichton has sort of jumped between centers, fullback, wing. So I think like I think Stephen Crichton is a better athlete and like has great attributes, but I think Johnston is more specifically wing.
Yeah, that's his preferred position at least. Like we know he's in his preferred position. And yeah, he knows how to find the line.
He does. Although I think Stephen Crichton is going to beat him in terms of getting out of their own end, like making meters out of their own end. He's a big, thick body. Johnston's pretty small bloke. But I think that'll be a really good matchup because both of them have got some toe.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I really like Alex Johnston actually now that we've got him.
Yeah, me too.
He's a gun player and also does a fantastic job in fullback as well. So, like you said, great matchup. All right, our number 3s, Paul Momorowski and Dane Gagai for Souths.
I actually think I'm going Dane Gagai for this one. I think in a final situation, he's an old head. He's done it a million times at Origin and different things. I think will come in clutch.
Surprisingly, like I don't know much about Paul Momorowski. I know he played for the Storm, and I'm pretty sure he played for the Roosters as well.
He is good. He's just safe. He does his job. I guess a bit like Dane Gagai, but I think Dane Gagai will find that extra level because it's week 4 of the finals.
Gagai will be on fire. Like we watch him when he plays Origin and stuff. Like he lives for those big games. So
I agree.
He will be electric.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yep.
We've got our other centres, Matt Burton for Penrith, Campbell Graham for Souths.
I actually love both of these players. I think they're both excellent. I think it's got to go to Burton though. Dalian Centre of the Year. He has had a blinder. Like he's found the line. He's got like the most try assists, most something or others for a centre. Like he's had a great season.
I love watching Burton play. Like I think he is such a good footy. He's an honest to God football player. But
it annoys me. So like, you know, that like classic saying when they're like, oh, he's a footy player, that boy, but he's like, he was born to be a footy player. Like,
there was nothing else that he could do. Yeah. If you cut
he
him
just
open,
looks like a footy player when he plays. Like he's a
little hottie too. Oh, he's so young.
Yeah. He's so cute. He's such a honey.
He's so young. He's fantastic to watch. And like, again, he's in the centres. I'm pretty sure he's going to play 5'8" for the Dogs next year, which
he is. That's his preferred position. Like, how crazy to get one of the Dalian centres of the year and that not even be your position.
Exactly, which is, I do like, sorry, we didn't even touch on really Campbell Graham. I do think he's a good player.
Me too. And he's also like quite good at finding the line and he's super solid in defence. I do really like him. But yeah, I think Burton definitely gets the nod over him in that one.
More exciting. Now, number 5, my favourite number, Mr. Brian To'o against running backwards fame Jackson Paulo. I think this is.
I don't even think we have to talk about this one too much. I'm sorry. To'o has had such a good season. He's so strong.
To'o is fantastic.
He's like a try scoring machine, but he also makes massive meters coming out of his own end and is solid under the ball. I just think he's by far this.
Yeah, watching him carry the ball out of his own end, like he's a small human, but I would not want to fucking tackle him to save my life.
He's so solid. Like he wins this battle so comfortably for me. I think Jackson Paulo is also only young and new. I think To'o has got this all over him.
To'o will absolutely eat the meters up. I think I read a status. It was just over or just under averaging 250 running meters a game.
Running meters.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's so much.
It's crazy. Yeah. I wonder.
That's more than like most fullbacks, which is crazy.
And he's a winger. Oh god, he's built like a bucket house. He's fantastic and such a character too. So I'm 100% going To'o. I love him.
Yeah. So now we have Luai versus Cody Walker in the 6 role. That's all right.
This is going to be fucking fantastic.
A great matchup. Both are running half style. Like they love to run the ball. For me, I think definitely Cody Walker. He has just brought so much to his game. I honestly, if you had asked me this at the start of the season, I would have said Luai. Like he was in such a red hot bit of form.
Based off last year, he was the best. Well, between him and Munster, like they were the best 6s in the game. But Cody Walker,
but now
I honestly, I fucking love Cody Walker. I think he's such an exciting player to watch. He's
a great player.
Another just out and out footballer. And
he's just got like a great running game. He's great with ball in hand. Like he's got good ball skills, like great passing. And I just think he lights it up. Like he follows everything. Like he's always in there. Like,
did you see that?
He scores so many tries for a 6.
Did you see that try where he was either with the trainer or he was like on the ground?
Yeah.
And then they put a kick in and he's just like diced up.
Popped up and he's the one that chases it.
And it was like, where did he come from?
Yeah, he's a competitor. He's like so competitive and just like in everything. So I think he gets the nod over Luai for me.
Now this is a good one. As we're getting down the list, it's getting more and more exciting. Our halfback, so Nathan Cleary up against Adam Reynolds. I think this is going to be a fantastic matchup.
I think so too. I think it definitely does go to Cleary though, particularly with Adam Reynolds carrying a groin injury. I think that will definitely help Cleary get the nod over him. But in general, Cleary has just been playing so well and he's just got such good control. Yeah, so I think Cleary gets that over there. But Adam Reynolds has been playing great this final series, so he will play well.
He's such a gun as well. But like you said, that he's carrying that groin injury. He didn't really kick a great deal. I think Taff took all the kicks, didn't he?
Yeah, Taff took the kicks.
And then goal. kicking in play, Cody did most of the kicking.
So hopefully that's cleared up for him so that he can sort of play, because it is his last game with South as well. So you never hear that could make him bring a whole new bunch of energy.
So much narrative around that halfback. Like obviously Cleary robbed of, well not robbed, but like robbed of the Dalian, and could potentially be our Clive Churchill, and then Reynolds, leaving to go for South, go to Bronx. So lots of yarn there.
Yeah.
All right, number 8, we've got
into our forwards.
Yeah, so we're moving into the big boys now. And let's be honest, these 2 packs probably have the fucking biggest forwards out there.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other teams that have really big forward packs.
I think the Eels have got a pretty good pack. Storm have got a pretty good pack.
Actually, yeah, the Storm have big boys. Moses Leota, is that how I'm pronouncing that right?
Yep.
And Mark Nichols.
Definitely Moses Leota for me. I think Mark Nichols is good, and I know he scored that uncharacteristic double through the season, but he is good, and he's a big, strong boy, but he's a bit more of a nut trucker, to use a Hello Sport term. He's just a big boy. He kind of gets through his work, but he's not breaking lines. He's not that crazy.
I find that the Rabbitohs forwards, they are like, and they put in a lot of hard work, but they're a bit more of like just charging it up the middle and then creating space for their flary halves to sort of put on a show. Whereas the Panthers side, like their big boys, they do actually have a little bit more footwork about them, and they run holes a little bit better. But that could come off the back of what Nathan and Jerome are doing. But
they've definitely got a more dynamic pack, in my opinion.
100%. Do we want to touch on them anymore, or?
No, we'll go into our hooker, which is Appy Corosaur versus Damian Cook. I think Cookie wins this one. He's the Australian hooker. He's so quick. And Appy is a great hooker as well, but I just think Damian Cook's just got that speed, and he's got the runs on the board. He knows how to play in these big games. So I think he will get the nod for me.
He's so good from dummy half when he just runs and can cut the game in half, basically.
Because he's just got so much toe.
It's also good because Appy was also selected for Origin this year. So it just goes to show that he is up there with one of the best hookers in the game. I definitely think Cook, like you said, got runs on the board. He's our Australian and New South Wales hooker. Can't really go past him, and he's fucking quick.
Yeah.
Number 10, our second prop, James Fisher-Harris and Tavita
Tatola.
I need my glasses. I love
James
Harris. I just want to preface that right now. I love him. I think he's fucking a beast.
He's such a beast, and for that reason, he gets that easily for me. He's so gun, and I think he is much better than Tavita. Tavita's a great player, but I think Fisher-Harris is too big, too strong. I don't have much else to say.
He looks scary, but apparently he's a really nice guy. I don't know who told me.
Yeah, he does look scary.
He is frightening to look at, but oh my God, weapon on the field. All right, into our second row, we have, oh God, number 11.
Do you want me to say it?
Yes, please. You say the rest.
We have Viliami Kikao and Keon Kalomatangi.
Good job. Kikao, 100% for me.
They actually are both great players. Kalomatangi is one of the better forwards for me in the south side, but I think Kikao, when he turns it on, he's just unbeatable. He's so strong, so big. So I would definitely say Kikao, but it will be a good matchup because Kalomatangi is a strong, thick, good player.
But just touching on what we just spoke about before, about them sort of having a bit more footwork and stuff, Kikao is a prime example of that. He'll run, find holes. He's got footwork. He's got the passing game. He will snap motherfuckers. He just is the complete package. And he was also my dad's Father's Day present. So
yeah.
I have to go with him.
In number 12, we have Kurt Capewell versus Jaden Sewer. Again, I think this is just like a really easy one straight to Kurt Capewell. He's played so well. Since playing in Origin, he has like just stepped up and up and up.
In saying that, but I still do rate Jaden Sewer. I still think he's a really good forward for them. But yeah, I think obviously the representative experience and stuff just sort of puts him a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
Still be a good
I think it's still a good matchup, yeah. But Kurt Capewell is, in my opinion. Finally, we have 13, which is the hardest matchup for me because I think these two are probably just on point with each other. They have sort of, so like I think Yo has like a good sort of passing game, and I think Cam Murray is just like running and fucking defense.
He runs so friggin' hard, and he's so hot. I don't know. Yeah, that is a hard one.
I know. I honestly don't know if I can pick that one. I think I'll just
let's leave that one. Actually, we'll do? Write this in your book as well. We'll put a poll up.
Yes, we will.
We'll get the listeners. Dad, who do you? No, my old man's assistant. He'll pick Isaiah Yo. We'll put a poll up and we'll get you guys to pick who our lock is. Because
we won't go through.
Or not?
We won't go through all of them, but we might just go through the 14 because we want to make mention that Benji Marshall is number 14 for the South, and it has been 16 years between week 4 of finals for him. And it's good to see him here. And against Tyrone May, he gets the shout for me easy.
100% he gets it. Congratulations, old fella. I just look. I'd love to see him get on and just rip and tear and do something exciting because, that is a long time between big dances, week 4 of the finals. And
imagine if we see the flick pass win him the game again.
I know, the flick pass into who, like Cam Murray or something. That'd be so
I feel like it'll definitely be like Cody Walker somehow backing up, even though he was over the other side of the field 2 seconds ago or something.
Yeah, with the trainer 2 seconds ago. Should we touch on quickly before we go into our predictions? Just comparing coaches, Ivan versus Wayne.
Yeah, I think Wayne definitely gets the shout for me.
I was watching NRL 360 last night. Sorry, Dad's passing me notes. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I was watching NRL 360 last night, and they had a big board up of NRL coaches that haven't won a grand final and how many. There was some stat that are like, if you've coached say 250 NRL games without getting to the grand final or winning a grand final, like your odds go down dramatically or whatever. So I think Ivan Cleary's like, it was over 300 games that he's coached. I could be making that up, but I'm pretty sure it was that. Wayne Bennett has played in, or he's taken a team to 10 grand finals, has won 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
That's wild stats.
Do we want to talk about who we're going for, or should we just keep that between us?
No, I think we do. I think we have to. But we apologize in advance if it affects the score on the weekend.
All the fans out there that do listen to this, take this with a grain of salt. And to the rugby league gods who obviously tune in because they fucking ruin everything.
I wonder if the rugby league gods can listen, just like are able to listen because they're kind of a presence, or they have to log in through Spotify. Because I'd love if they would like actually press play on Spotify so it gets our numbers up.
I was about to say,
because if they're just listening and ruining everything without actually listening to it on Spotify, I'm gonna be pissed.
And while you're there, if you are downloading on Spotify, make sure you follow us and also jump on YouTube because we need those numbers up as well. So watch the visuals and then go back, watch it, and then once you've consumed our content twice, play into the luck, like far out. Come on, it's week 4 of the finals, baby. Like we don't need any more drama in our lives. Petey, who are you going for?
I'm going for Penrith, and I think that they will do it kind of well. I'm going to do scores this week. I think Penrith, and I'm going to go.
Scores or margin?
Like I'm saying 20-12. I'm going to pick as the score, and I'll go Cleary man of the match.
Is this for our multi?
No, this is just, I thought we were just,
I thought
just because it's week 4 of the finals, we might go a bit more in depth.
Yep, I know what you're talking. I'm with you now. We're cooking with gas.
So,
let me just get something up. So
who have you gone?
I have also gone Penrith.
Yeah.
I've gone by 8, but I haven't got a score. I think it'll be 20-12.
Same as me.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wild.
And I also had Nathan Cleary as my Clive Churchill.
Well, I won't rewrite it all then because I'll just do some ditto marks.
Yeah, just do that. Quotations. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. This often happens, but then like it makes like doubles down on the bad luck. So hopefully not. But I think that my reasoning behind this is I think Manly was able to score points quite easily on South when they actually had the ball, whereas Panthers' defense was fucking amazing. Even though Storm didn't have their best game, like Panthers' defense was so good. So I think that they will.
And I don't think South won't turn up. I reckon Wayne will have them that finely tuned and ripping and ready to tear. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I know. Like, and I don't think Panthers
will let themselves lose another grand final. I think they're gonna be like really gritty because they've been gritty the last couple of weeks.
If Penrith lose 2 in a row, like, yeah, I think that's going to be quite detrimental for them going forward.
I think so, because I think that's sort of, you know, when they talk about premiership windows, I think that it's starting to shut after this year because they've got the likes of Kikao potentially going to play rugby and different things happening.
Well, you look at the Raiders, 2019. They were absolutely the hottest property going, and now Raiders were the most frustrating team ever this year to tip.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no.
Panthers,
I'm not only just predicting them, I am actually going for them, so that might change anything. Please, rugby league gods, if you're listening, don't change the outcome just because Kreb and I have gone for them.
No, let it play out. Let good, honest rugby.
Just let it be a fair game, please. That's all we're asking.
And Cleary for Churchill, Clive Churchill. Because I put a bet on.
Yeah. Right, is that the preview done?
That's week 4 of the finals wrapped up. So should we put on a big sexy multi to finish this?
Let's do it.
Absolute shit show off.
Yes.
All right, let me get it up. I don't know what I'm choking on. Popular same game multis. What are they?
Yeah, that's just like already made ones for you, but there's no fun in that.
I was. Can I just quickly touch on the AFL before we go into it? I can't even remember what the score was. It
was like 126 to 80 something.
Yeah, it's not going to just like.
I actually did watch this, which I was disappointed because I was going for the Bulldogs and they were like very much in it. And then in the third quarter, the Demons just broke away like nothing else.
That's the one thing. Look, we're not going into much about this. I also watched the whole game, and that's the one thing I just want to say. Like, after watching Penrith just absolutely dominate and Melbourne couldn't catch the ball or hold onto the ball to save their life, and I was like, wow, that was such a good game of footy. And I was actually looking forward to watching the AFL. Again, I was also going...
Yeah, me too.
I was going for the Bulldogs as well. And I apologise. I said the Western Sydney Bulldogs on this show last week, and they definitely aren't from...
No, they're definitely west of Melbourne.
They're definitely west of Melbourne. So my apologies. It's not the first time I've gotten something wrong on here. But big fan of Bailey Smith, who I don't know. I've never watched an AFL game, so I don't know whether he played well or not. But it was a very frustrating game to watch. Like the fact that they were all getting tackled without the ball and the ball just looked slippery as all hell. I was like...
And like you can catch it. I mean, they caught it and then dropped it, and then they were like, it was still a mark. I was like,
yeah.
what?
But then sometimes they'd kick the ball and catch it, and then they just keep playing. The whistle wasn't blown. I was like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. And
it was a bit of a mind boggle, and it was a bit disappointed. Like, it was fun to watch for the first like 2 quarters, and then once like Demons started breaking away, I was just like a bit over it.
I lost completely. I did stay and watch it, but
Me too.
Lose interest and started heavily drinking. But congratulations to the Demons. Rip and tear. All right, back to more important things, and that's us winning our last Penthouse multi of the NRL 2021 season. I don't know.
We have a same game. We'll have to do a same game because there is only the one game in the week 4 of finals. So I think we go Penrith and Penrith Little win would be the first legs because we did both pick an 8-point margin.
Correct. $2.80. That's actually like money for jam there.
Yep. Now we've got some anytime try scorers. Should we at least pick a couple each?
Yeah, let's do 2 each.
Sounds good. Look, I think I'm going to pick Toto.
Yep.
And maybe I'll pick Cody Walker.
Okay, I was going to go Cody. That's all right. Let me.
So sorry.
Does it matter? What did we say? 20 to 12.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go Viliami. Oh, do I want Viliami Kikao or Nathan Cleary? Or both?
No. You can go both if you want.
I don't know what I'm choking on. All right, fuck it.
Vaccination really has knocked you. Righto, so we've got Kikao and we've got Cleary. We might even add some other legs. So we'll just talk these ones through. Here we go.
Yeah, where?
So race to 20. Who do I think Penrith Panthers.
Where do I find that?
Just further down in win markets. I think we'll go Penrith Panthers race to 20.
Yep.
Race to 30 because we predicted 20 to 12. Should we go neither?
But does that include the whole?
The whole game.
Okay. Oh, wait, what did you say?
Race to 20 points, we're going to go Penrith.
Yep.
And then race to 30, because our predictions were 20 to 12, we should say neither, I think.
Yep.
Neither race to 30. Anything else you want to add, or you're happy with that?
I don't really know what else.
I never Team to win both halves.
Yeah, let's do. I never go into these options.
Penrith to win both halves. Oh, That's boosted it.
Oh,
that was a good leg to put in. That. Yeah. It went from like 376 to 2,000.
Well, that's 9 legs. Let's just add one more, just because we'll make it an even 10.
Okay. Should we try and pick which half is the highest scoring?
So where do I do that? Oh, half. Yeah, it's at the bottom. Ooh. What are we saying? 20 points. It's like they're going to get 20 points.
I know.
I'm just trying to think. When they played on Thingy, when did they score all their points?
I think South actually against Manly kind of scored more in the first half, if I remember.
Yeah, they scored 4 in their first half.
But Penrith's defense is so tough that I'm like, is it going to take a while to break through?
Well, Penrith scored 1 in each half.
I'm wondering if the strength of the Penrith defense is going to mean that it's going to not be more scored in the second half once people are a bit more tired.
Yeah, let's go second half.
Okay, second half. Oh, it made it the same. It was the same amount of money for me, either way.
It doesn't matter.
So I'm just going to go with the 9-leg one.
9 legs. Oh my God, that's hot. Okay, add to bet slip.
So for 9 legs, you get $2,001.
That's probably the best one that we've done all year.
Yeah, and that looks good. I think that's
fantastic. Guys,
$2,000 to round off the season would be excellent.
$2,000 to round off the season. Like, we've probably spent $2,000 on this Penthouse multi. We're with Sportsbet, so Sportsbet, reach out. That'd be really nice if you sponsored this show. I'm going to power play it. So,
yeah, I did too. Boosted me to $2,050, which is not as much as I thought it would have power played too. But
week 4 of the finals, stranger things have happened.
Yes.
So
now I actually won the multi. I won that time. The three grand was the last game of the season, technically, I'm pretty sure. So
was it this year or last year?
Last year, but it was Origin because Origin was at the end. So maybe it's a bit of a pattern. I'm going to win. We're going to win this one.
Oh, well, mine's on. I'm ready to go.
Same.
Oh, that'd be so nice. That would just
that would be nice.
The cherry on top.
Yeah. Come on, rugby league gods. Just one thing for us.
Literally. Listen. So week 4 of the finals, that's on Sunday, 7:30. I don't know if that's kickoff or just like the TV starts or whatever. You're obviously going to be in Macksville ripping and tearing with your family. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. probably ripping and tearing with my family. Good luck to both teams going in. Like, congratulations, you're obviously the two best teams of the 2021 NRL season. I'm
excited for it.
I'm so excited. I have loved doing this each and every week. I think we started in like round 6. This has been fun. We'll obviously be back next week, hungover, double vaxxed, and ready to tear it apart and just talk absolute bullshit. Should you give me your best panther growl before we sign off? Or would you like me to?
All right.
How about I finish? Bye, guys.
All I do is win.